right, we're on. 5, 4, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 85. I think this might be 86 of the Tait Talks podcast. I am here with one of my very good friends today, Todd John Eldridge.
Good afternoon, Tater.
Thank you for coming on.
It's been a while.
It has. I think you were on 2021 when I first lived in Perth back in the day. And I'm currently sitting on my bed. I stay at Todd's frequently because we're two gay men. And sometimes he makes me sleep on the couch, and this is where I am right now.
I reckon it was like episode in the teens, maybe, or the 20s possibly.
I reckon 20s, yeah. I would say like no more than 30, I reckon.
Yeah, right. Good on you, 85.
Yeah, I mean, it's not great considering there's 52 weeks in a year and it's now 2026. So I haven't done too much since then. But, you know, you got to start somewhere.
That's it.
That's it. Todd has recently, when did you go to Kokoda?
June.
So June last year.
Yeah.
So June 2025. I met Todd in Canada in 2018 and we ended up moving in together. As I said, two gay men. We lived together in with Fremantle in 2021. So, and I come back probably pretty much once a year?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Maybe
it would have been.
I reckon maybe 2023 might be the only year I didn't come back since then, I reckon. And then came back with vengeance. But no one wants to hear about my bullshit story. Todd had a big bucket list, and the last thing on his bucket list was Kokoda, wasn't it?
Correct.
Yep. For the people who don't know what Kokoda is, can you give us a bit of a fucking rundown?
Kokoda is back in the Second World War.
Yep, I think so.
Where the Australian troops fought the Japanese.
Take that, you bastards.
So there's a lot of history. I mean, I'm a little bit of a history nut with all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just sort of go over and retrace the footsteps of the soldiers and learn more about what actually happened there and the sacrifices that were made. And very touching.
In Papua New Guinea.
In Papua New Guinea,
Yeah. So how did that come about, and how did you even know that it was a thing that you wanted to do?
That's actually a good question.
Thanks, man.
I don't even know where it would have came from. I've got inboxes from like 2014 with mates in Adelaide discussing it.
So you'd be 23 then?
Sorry?
24? Yeah.
Like and then I've had an inbox with mates here discussing it. It's always been on the radar. I don't really know. It might have come from like, I know Hawthorn did it a lot in their preseason when Clarko first took over. So maybe it was just from there that I was like, oh, I'd love to do that.
And for the people who don't know, Hawthorn actually beat Geelong yesterday by 1 single point. And Todd goes for Hawthorn and I go for Geelong. So this has been a great podcast. Well done, Todd, you piece of shit.
Easter Monday classic. Finally got him.
Pricks. So yeah, you went over, smashed out the big ass walk that it is. So what actually is Kokoda? For obviously there's history behind it, and people, if you want to look at that, go nuts. Or we'll talk about it a bit later probably. But what actually is the walk? What is the track?
Distance wise?
Yeah.
It's 96 kilometers as the crow flies.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think it ends up being like more. It's like maybe 120-ish. Walk, but as the crow flies, 96 Ks.
And it's obviously the weather is what?
Oh, like stinking hot. I'm talking like if you've been to Darwin or something like that. It's like that.
So humid?
Humid as. Yeah. Like you are sweating.
The Southeast Asian sort of rainforest. It's jungle, isn't it?
Yeah. So dense jungle.
Any like animals to contend with, or is it all just just the heat? And because what's the actual track? Like the train, is it up, down, sideways? What is it?
I think you cross 14 peaks, so you're just basically going like this the whole time.
Yeah.
Start off sort of low where it's quite hot, and then obviously the peaks go up, so you're sort of going up higher and higher.
Yep.
Obviously, the more you get towards the top, it's freezing at night time, but then like 1,000,000 degrees during the day. So
Yeah.
you've got to be
Wow.
sort of prepared for all elements.
Well, that's what I wanted to talk about. Like, how? So, let's go from the start. So, you decided to do Kokoda, right? You're going to Papua New Guinea. Obviously, I can't just go to Papua New Guinea and walk the track. I probably can in some capacity, but it's probably not meant to do. What do? You go with a company? You go with like how does it work?
Yeah, you can book with a company.
Yeah.
I think you used to be able to go and do it whenever, but it's very unsafe through the wet season. So it's only open October to April.
Yeah.
No, sorry, April to October
Mm-hmm.
now. Plenty of different companies do it. I went with Adventure Kokoda. I'd highly recommend them. I'm not sure what the other companies are like, but Adventure Kokoda were great. Like the food they supplied was great. The facilities were, I mean,
In the jungle. Yeah.
good enough for where you were.
So, we skipped a little bit here, but you stay in a tent?
Stay in a tent, yeah, 2-man tent with only yourself,
Yeah. Okay.
which is good. Remember, like, I don't know, like Akatanango, you got a 1-man tent and 3 blokes. Like,
Yeah. So you're just someone's snoring your dick off after bloody a long ass walk.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So let's go with what stuff did you do in Australia to prepare for Kokoda?
Well, I left it pretty late with the training. I think I booked it in Feb, but I'm like, as you know, pretty
The
fit
dude.
anyway. So
I only date fit young gay men.
if you didn't like, it says on the website to like train for 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I do enough.
Yeah, like this guy would just go for a run and end up doing a half marathon. Like you've got that in you.
Yeah,
You've done that a few times.
Yeah.
So obviously athletically super fit. So what is the training that they recommend?
Plenty of stairs. So
Yeah.
I found a staircase here. Like, I think it was 250 steps, and I just would go there with a backpack on with like a 10-kilo plate in it.
Yeah.
And I'd wear a jumper and fucking pants
Yeah.
just to try and, because they're like, get used to being uncomfortably sweaty.
Yep.
So I'd just go and I'd walk up and down this staircase for, I'm talking like 10K sometimes, up, down, 4 hours, 5 hours.
And that's how you trained for Kokoda in Papua New Guinea.
Yeah, it's more mental.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that would get me, and being morbidly obese. But I think mentally I would really struggle with it because, as you said, like we get to a certain point when you're an adult, you don't really challenge yourself sort of physically and even mentally these days. It's pretty easy to go. We talk about this quite a lot, you and I, with, you blink and 5 years ago or 10 years ago and you're doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
You got to, and then, someone like you that goes and does your bucket list items, travels 3 times a year type thing, always making those memories.
Oh, yeah, very lucky. Yeah.
But it's, you can, I talked to some of my other mates who are like, I haven't been to Melbourne in 3 years. And I'm like, you live in Lara. Like, it's fucking 30 minutes away. What are you doing? Like, yeah, it's, if you don't do that stuff,
Yeah, that's baffling. I mean, I was working with a bloke who was last year 27 and he was leaving WA for the first time ever.
Yeah. It's
That's
crazy. By the time you were 27, you'd lived, in other countries and whatnot. But I mean, everyone's different. Some people do it different, get the travel bug later, but you definitely travel different when you get older.
For sure.
You're not going to sleep on the floor of a mate's house. You're not going to sleep on the couch. You're not going to do this. Like, maybe your back might not even allow you to do it. So, these trips cost so much more when you get older. And we were just talking about, once again, how expensive trips are now.
Yeah.
So what did it actually cost you just to do, just to book? So these flights to Papua New Guinea wouldn't, like, you're in Western Australia, so I'd imagine flights to Papua New Guinea would be pretty rare anyway, so they'd be kind of hexy, wouldn't they?
Yeah, so you can only go out of Sydney or Brisbane.
Yeah.
But I think from memory, the package that I got, there's like heaps of different ones. 10-day trek, 8-day trek. I did the 8.
Yeah.
Might have been $6,000 that's flights included from Brisbane or Sydney. So I had to get myself there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Which I did on points, but then I had to stay a night in Brisbane, which cost money.
Yeah.
Then you get the flight over, you get a night in the hotel in Papua New Guinea, Port Moresby, either end.
Yeah.
Included. all the food.
Okay, so that's included.
Yeah, all the food on the trek's included. All the like they feed you and everything. As
Tent.
Well. Tent, that's all included. Yeah, yeah.
So what did you actually have to bring over to Papua New Guinea to do the track?
They sent me a massive checklist: boots, socks, like sleeping bag, sleeping liner, pillow. But I bought all that stuff from Paddy Palin.
Yeah,
would recommend anyone doing it go there because there were guys that try to cheap out and like they'd rent what Adventure Kokoda supplied, which is like necessarily like a yoga mat.
Mm-hmm.
I had this ripping mattress that I was sleeping like a baby. Like
was it? So it was a blow up mattress.
Yeah,
yeah, like that. Yeah, little.
I got it in there. I should show you.
Yeah.
Probably be comfortable than this.
So that's they give you a checklist. Obviously, you fly over. You trained for how long?
Must have been like 4 months.
Yeah, so it's still a fair. Like I remember you were, Saturdays and stuff trudging along.
I tried to do every Sunday. I tried to go out the hills, do 12, 15 Ks type thing.
And every time you trained for this, you always had like a backpack?
Yeah, religiously.
Would you like think to yourself, like, obviously we've both done footy pre-seasons and stuff. Would you sort of think to yourself, like, if I do the hard work now, it'll be easier when I'm over there?
Mate, it paid off dividends.
Yeah.
Like I've said to you, like watching some of the other guys, they were a bit older, but just there was never once on the trek where I thought to myself, I don't know if we're better to do it. And I know there are other guys fighting those battles like day 2, so I couldn't imagine like knowing you got a week to go being like, shit, like you're feeling like that day 2. There was never a time where I felt like, fuck, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this, but
I'd imagine.
And I put that down to the training, really.
Yeah, I mean, doing it every week and make sure you're like being uncomfortable. It's pretty hard. Like the humidity would have been the hardest part to get through, I reckon.
You get day 2 was, I think they did say day 2 is where you get a lot of blokes question it because it's like the first day it's stinking hot. You're not acclimatized.
You saw from day 1.
Yeah, once you sort of get into it, like day 5 was a huge, like past month because that was the hardest day. It's like 25 Ks that day.
Jesus.
Over one called Brigade Hill, and I'm talking Brigade Hill is just like just for me to try and walk up it was hard enough. I'm thinking, how did these blokes 80 years ago drag artillery up here with heavy machinery, getting bullets shot at them?
Yeah,
like it just puts things into perspective, man. Like
they had to though.
Yeah, they had no choice, and there wouldn't have even been a track back then. Like, not that there was much of one now, but they would have just been going through like dense jungle bush.
Yeah. Did you see any? We're probably jumping a bit far, but was there any when you were walking? Did you see any like bullet casings or anything that was there from the war?
Found a few bullets.
Yeah,
casings. They got a lot of it. Apparently, it used to just be scattered over the trail, but they do have a lot of it now in a section.
Yep.
You got to pay like 10 kina. Kina's the local currency.
That'd be
10 kina to go in and have a look at it, but there's like rockets and bloody bomb grenades and bullets and guns and there's still a lot on the trail. That
bones?
I don't know if, well, I'm sure there would be some.
Skulls. Yeah.
I'm sure there would be.
Yeah, I guess buried there would be bones and stuff everywhere, realistically. So you've flown over to, what was it?
Port
Moresby. You stay in a hotel the first night. I want to know what it was like the night before you flew to Port Moresby. Were you like laying in bed like, boy, I hope I've done everything, or like, I hope my boots are worn in?
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous. Like, I'm not going to lie, I remember messaging someone being like, I am nervous. Like, I wouldn't compare it to like running with the bulls nervous, just, I think it was a bit too, like I was going on my own. It was probably the one trip if I was to do it was I wanted someone there just to be like, oh, if it does get a bit tough, having that familiar face would really help. But like I said, it didn't. It never. I was more proud of myself mentally that I was just able to be like smash through it. Really, like.
Yep. So now we're in Port Moresby. We're at the hotel.
Yeah, you sort of meet everyone.
Yep.
16 guys on this trek. It was quite big. Usually it's not that big, but I think they had like 12 for one and 4 for the other. So I got brought forward a week.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah, so you were originally going to be a week later, and then they just gave you a call and email and said, "Hey mate, is there any chance?"
Yeah, which a week later too, I would have gone from south to north to south, which would have been
A different way.
yeah.
Yep.
So I'm sort of glad I did it the way I did. But yeah, so like 16 blokes. There's a couple other lads from Perth, a bit younger than me, 5 or 6 from Canberra, father-son duo from Adelaide,
Yep.
a couple of lads from Melbourne. Like everyone else was there with someone, so it was a bit. There was one other guy from Sydney.
Yeah.
Me and him sort of gravitated to one another a bit because he was on his own. So
Yeah. So you meet those fellas. Do you like the night before? Is it business as usual food wise? Like I'm just thinking like when you do a marathon, obviously I don't do them, but you know, carbo load or anything that it was like
yeah, food
get
was
your
great.
hydrates up. Like
The food was great. I was pumping like potato bacon, pastas, and
yeah, so carbs.
I absolutely ate like a king the night before.
Yep.
Yeah, you can get on the beers if you want, but no one did.
Yeah, it'd
Be very, very smart not to.
Would be crazy if you spend all this time to get over there and you're like, you know what, I'm getting fucked up the night before. We're training for a marathon.
It has happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, our tour guide told us he had a bloke there not long before us smashing pints, big fella, smashing pints, smoking darts the night before, and he got through it. He said he was
Really?
last on every single section, but he got to the end.
Yeah, okay. One for the big fellas. So day one rolls around. How do we go? What happens?
So we jump on a bus, drive out to Owen's Corner, which is sort of where the trek begins, probably about an hour drive, northeast-ish of Port Moresby. That's when it all starts to sink in. Like there's no sort of backing out now, and obviously like there's no like
You're in.
no
Balls deep.
connection to the outside world. It's probably the longest I've ever been off grid. Like 9 days, you don't have I can't talk to anyone from home. No one knows where I am.
Yeah. Just going on a walk.
Yeah, I had a
It's
few
a big
messages
trek.
while I was away. Like, you know, people, shit, I haven't heard from him for a couple of days.
Yeah.
It was a bit quiet when I went. I just sort of snuck off and did it. Like,
Snuck off into the jungle, eh?
but yeah, so yeah, the first day is quite easy. It's only about 4 or 5K, like an hour or two.
Oh, really?
You set up, yeah, and then the second day is when that's when it really. I think the second day is about 15Ks.
Yeah, okay. The first day, just get acclimatized a bit to the weather.
Yeah, that's what it's more for. Like a short day, acclimatise. Yeah.
Yeah. Second day, we do 15 kilometers. And then, so we still have roughly 100 to go. You said it was about roughly 120.
Yeah.
So then you've still got the 100 kilometers to go over 6 days. My maths isn't great. So it's a fair few kilometers a day.
13, 18, 25, 18, 11, maybe. First and last day is short.
So first and last day is short. So what time are you getting up to go every day?
4 a.m.
Wow.
Old Angelo's he's got the speaker going. He's got a bit of John Williamson, True Blue or cranking, and he sort of gets up. He's like, coo-wee! And then all the porters yell it out, and then he sort of plays a bit of music. Everyone gets up, and you got about half an hour to pack your shit up.
Yep.
I had by the end of it, I was like full. This is set there, ready to go. Like bang, everything's packed up.
So can you explain, because obviously I've chatted to you a little bit about this before. What's a porter?
Yeah, so you could hire a porter, someone to help carry your stuff. Obviously, me having 2 back operations, I was never going to – I would have loved to have carried my own stuff, but looking back on it now, I'm so glad I didn't.
And they recommend a porter,
They recommend it, yeah.
And it's also they recommend it because it's like also good for them.
Yeah.
But good for the porter.
They live
Obviously,
off that money. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. You can't call them what is it? Can't call them third world countries now, but underdeveloped, I would say.
Yeah.
PNG is.
Yeah, severely underdeveloped.
So you go over there. Don't they have an NRL team now? It started yet?
28.
Oh, okay. Oh, same as Tassie. Wow.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's why they did it.
I think Perth get one next year, NRL team.
Oh, the Bears.
Yep.
Yeah, the big gay Bears. So you have your porter. Your porter just takes. You still have a backpack on, don't you?
Yeah, I still got to carry a day pack, which has like my food and my water and my first aid kit, and then he's got all my clothes like jocks and socks and shirts, pants. Like he didn't have much. I went over with bugger all. Jumper, jacket. He's got all that sort of stuff in his.
Yeah.
Just snacks, and then I took protein bars and lollies, and he's got all that. But I think he only had about 12 kilos in his.
Yeah. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a long sleeve lightweight shirt
Yep.
with skins
Yep.
or step ones and just a pair of exercise shorts.
Yep.
And then I got some Solomon boots and some of these socks that I got from Paddy Palin that were just like insanely good.
Yeah, because one of my old workmates was just like, he should get these boots because I said to him, I was like, my mate's going doing Kokoda Track. What should he wear? What should he buy? He's like, he has to get these boots. And he even, because those boots were, I can't remember the ones that you got, but they're lightweight. They're not leather, are they?
Yeah, I think they are.
They
yeah.
are leather? But yeah, they're supposedly the ones that are going to be the best for the
You
wet
could stand
wet
in,
conditions.
You could stand in 2 foot of water.
Yeah.
I think it was the third day we walked through maybe a foot of water for the last 2 hours, and my feet were not wet. Like they were not wet.
And other people's are just drenched.
Yeah, they got like white. It just it was just
Severe
fork out on
wrinkling.
boots and good socks and a good mattress. Like that's the
So
3 things.
what are we talking about? How much are your boots?
I reckon they must have been about 400.
The $400. How much is your mat?
That was 300.
Okay, and then good pair of socks, or
Yeah,
multiple pairs. How much are they each?
Oh, they were 30 or 40 each. But again, those socks you could put your hand in them, put your hand in the lake and pull it out, and your hand wasn't wet.
Yeah. So
Which is bizarre, but
those 3 things are vital if you're going to do Kokoda.
yeah,
Great pair of boots.
Don't cheapskate it.
Have a really good mattress, and make sure you get good socks because for those long treks, you gotta have. What's the thing? People always skimp on shoes and stuff like that, and you're like, you walk on them. You need to have good pair of, like, I used to sell work boots when I worked at a place, and people would be like, can I get those $80 pair? And I'm like, see you in 2 months. And they'd be like, huh, what are they, shit? And I'm like, yeah, it's because they're $80.
Yeah.
Like, if you want a nice pair of work boots that are going to last and not destroy your feet every day, spend the money. It's like the best investment you can do as like a tradesperson or going on a trek or something like that. And you did. You know, Solomon. What are they? Solomon what?
That. I couldn't even tell you. It was just literally that pair your mate sent.
Yeah, Solomon something. But yeah, they are the good ones.
But just going back to the porter, I got to give Danny a shout out. I had a guy called Danny, my age, but just puts into perspective, like he had done the trek 48 times.
Wow.
And I said he actually, because some of the porters, they try to get ones from different towns along the way, so they pump money into those towns. So sometimes like they get to the start or whatever, and they do. But Danny actually lived at the starting town, so he's done the full 96 Ks with me. And I said, "How do you get back?" And he goes, "I walk back 96 Ks back," but he reckons he can do it in 4 days. But like, just that's his whole life. Like he just walks up and down that track 48 times. That's crazy.
So the porter at Kokoda, your porter, it takes the average person 8 days, and he can do it in 4.
He can do it in 4.
Wow. And he does that up and back.
That's yeah.
And
I
he's done
think
it
he had
48
another
times.
trek 2 weeks later.
Wow. So they just get cashed up. I don't think it would be too much money, to be fair. And then he just chills for 2 weeks. Or probably doesn't chill, probably works some other job, and then has to take some person on a. So they're all Aussies?
Yeah. Well, I suppose, no one else would really have the knowledge of what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess. Yeah, I guess every country probably has their own sort of thing as well. You know, if they've got something in their own country or adjacent to it.
Yeah. You might get your odd adrenaline junkie because it's rated top 10 hardest hikes in the world, but
Oh, really?
I didn't see anyone that wasn't Australian.
Everest isn't a hike, is it? Is it a hike?
I assume so.
Yeah. Okay. It might be some sort of. I have no idea. So just that would be number 1, I guess.
Yeah, it'd have to be, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yes. I don't know why I'm looking at that map, looking like I know where Everest is on it. Okay, so we've got day 1, day 2, day 3. Wait, no. How was day 3?
Oh, I'll be testing the memory now. Day 3 was, I think, the wet day.
Yeah, okay.
It was like through lakes, and we had to cross through rivers like up to chest height, so like bag over the head.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's like stripped down to your undies, sort of.
Jeez. So
I forgot about that. There's like, you got to hold onto a rope, and you got your porter there with you, and
he's just cuddling you?
he's sort of holding you, and he's got your bag, and that was pretty sketchy. I actually forgot about that.
Wait, so go through it again. So what actually happens? You're in Kokoda, you're in Papua New Guinea, and you have to cross a river.
Yeah, so you rip your boots off. You got to put your sandals on.
Mm-hmm.
And anything you don't want to get wet, so phone out of the pocket, chuck it in your bag. I actually bought like a waterproof casing for it, so wrap the casing around the bag, put your bag over your head.
Yep.
Sort of trying to hold on to that, hold on to the rope, hold on. Water's current's quite strong.
Yeah.
Your porter's always there with you, like they're like right up your ass the whole time. But
crazy.
yeah, that would have been day 3, I reckon, because it did rain a bit that day. It was like under like a foot of water for a bit of it, but we got lucky with the conditions. I reckon if it had been, and there were treks where it's like that every day, that'd start testing you because you'd just be like, everything would be fucking wet all the time.
Yeah, it's
like waking up, you're putting wet clothes back on.
Yeah, I imagine I only know that from when I lived in Canada when we both had the same job, not together, but the old TGE. That when you'd wake up in the morning and you had to put on wet boots.
Yeah.
And that was soul destroying. It genuinely was one of the reasons I left the first time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just going to get through, go back in like when it's coming into summer in Canada because it was horrible. Like,
yeah, that was fucked.
Having wet boots when you put on wet boots in the morning, oh my God, that would be something that I would invest in, I think. If I was to go back there and work outside or something like that.
Yeah, I would have bought a pair of the Solomons.
Yeah. It was fucking.
They probably weren't even around back then, though. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. We're just gonna pause it here. So you went through day 3 then, but obviously I've heard some of this before. I wanted to know. I remember you were saying that there was a spot on the walk where it gave the guides the heebie-jeebies because people had died on the track before.
Yeah,
and obviously not from. War, more from just doing Kokoda Track.
Yeah, there's a certain section on day 2 that they thought was haunted.
Yeah.
A lot of them don't like that section. I wonder if it's because it's like the first day where you're really feeling the heat. Maybe there was a couple of guys on my trek whose heart rates were like 190 plus through that section.
Yeah.
They both one of them sort of fainted in that section.
Wow.
Which I didn't think we'd see him again, but somehow he made it to the next camp.
Wow.
And they laid him down, and because if you're getting airlifted out, you got to get airlifted out from a camp.
Yep.
Because they can't get into the jungle. So you've either got to get yourself to the next camp or you're up shit creek. But he got to the next camp, and we all sort of kept going until the next spot, and I couldn't believe it when I saw him a couple of hours later come over the hill. But
really?
But yeah, there's this one section where there's been a few deaths. I just so the guides don't really like that part of the trek.
Yep. So, talking about getting airlifted out of Papua New Guinea. So how does that work? So if there was an injury or something like that, the porters would have to carry you to the campsite so you could get airlifted out?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah. And do they talk about any of that sort of stuff, like before you actually do the trek?
Oh, I think they save a lot of those stories for afterwards.
Yeah,
but
okay.
You've got to have travel insurance that includes a helicopter.
Yeah, okay. So it's
then
on you.
The guide's got a satellite phone, which you'd have to ring your health, your travel, whatever. What do you call
later on, yeah.
You'd have to ring them and be like, I need it. And they only really will come and get you if it's life-threatening. If you're just like, oh, I've got a sore leg, or they're not going to come and get you. It's sort of got to be like
life or death.
Dying, like, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, okay. That makes more sense. So that was day 2, the spot that was a bit hairy, where the guides didn't like that. Day 3, did you say that was the waterlogged one?
Yeah, yep.
So by day 3, actually, what was day 4 like?
Day 4, you get to a little town which was the biggest one on the trek. I can't remember the name now. I should have looked them up before I got on here, but they do a halfway drop off. So, like a lot of your snacks and that, you can leave.
Oh yeah,
Port Moresby, so you're not lugging 8 days worth. They do a halfway drop off. So,
how does that get there?
Helicopter.
Oh
yeah. So I had some more protein bars and some the old energy gels, and what else did I have? Like some hydrolyte powder,
Yep.
that sort of stuff, jelly beans.
So you're doing Kokoda Track. Can you tell me what you're eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
See, I was worried about that. I thought the food was going to be average on like thinking like rations, but breakfast every morning was like cereal, wheat bix, coffee, Milo.
Yep.
Lunch was like tuna, rice, beans, but every now and then they'd have pasta or oh god, I can't even remember now. Like, but the food was good. Like
Yep.
I remember thinking you got fed like a king. So I think there's other companies that don't supply food as good.
Yeah.
But yeah, all I bought was they just say to bring snacks in between the meals. So you're eating 3 times a day.
Yeah. What was dinner again?
Pasta or what
Yeah.
else did we have? Like little steak sort of bites. Like what do you call like a
minute steak or something?
no, like a stir fry thing
Oh,
almost.
yeah.
So
So they would cook that for you?
yeah, so you'd have there must have been a group of 20. They were the cooks and that who'd race ahead each day to get the next camp. So I'd have everything set up.
Really?
All your tents are set up. So when you'd get there,
Oh.
that's all set up for you each day.
Okay, I envisioned you literally getting there, putting your tent up yourself.
Nah, that you got to blow your mattress up, get everything in the tent ready, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I've just got to get everything out. They pack the tent up. They go past. There must be a few shortcuts on the trail.
Yeah.
They zoom past you and have everything set the next day. And yeah, the cooks and all that sort of, they're all there with everything laid out, ready to go. And
So they must do it a couple of times a month.
yeah, I reckon they would.
Yeah.
Because they've all got to get back. That's the thing. Like, they can pay to fly back, but like
All
that
your
money
money's
for them
gone.
would last so much longer. So they just walk back. But mate, they're walking. Some of the cooks are walking with these big ass pots and pans. It'd be like 20 kilos of shit hanging off their backpack.
Yeah. What are they wearing? What are the porters wearing and stuff?
Oh, some have got bare feet.
Wow.
Some have got shoes. There's this one little dude who had like, he's got these pair of yellow wellies.
Oh, really?
And he's just walking, like we're walking down like steep ass cliffs with our sticks in the ground, like got guides helping us. It was just this, I wish I had got a video. He's just coming down, he's got a pair of wellies on, eating a bag of twisties. Just like those, they got no grip on them.
Yeah.
Gumboots. But yeah, he just loves it. It's just like second nature.
Yeah. And he could just walk down, didn't slip or anything.
No.
Wow.
He had a bag of twisties, mate. He didn't have poles around him.
That's
Yeah, he's a funny little bloke, that bloke. He was only like 5'2" as well.
Yeah. Sure-footed like a mountain goat, as they say.
Yeah.
All right. So it's now day 4. You're in your tent. Are you like, wow, we're halfway done? Like this has been pretty easy, or
Yeah, that's a bit of a mental. Once you get so day 4, you're halfway. Then it's day 5. Once you get through day 5, that's when they say gets like noticeably easier because it's like halfway. You got the biggest day out of the way. Day 5 was like up at 4 a.m., 25 k's
wow,
into camp just before dark.
Yep.
Some were in there like well after dark. But I think getting through that day was like, yeah, shit. Well, that was Brigade Hill Day. That's the steepest one of the section.
Yep.
But yeah, that was getting through that was when it's like, yeah, okay, we're on the downhill stretch now.
Yeah. And then what would you do when you got home? Like not home, but you got to your tent. You obviously, you chuck your bag in your tent type thing. What are you doing for the evening when you're doing the Kokoda Track?
You don't have much spare time. Like we're getting in possibly an hour before daylight, dark every day, and it's like, I mean, I'm running down to the creek, having a washing my
Is it
shit.
cold as fuck?
Yeah, freezing.
Yeah.
Like having a wash, then I'm getting all my clothes, putting them by the fire, boots, socks, whatever you wore that day, trying to you take your stuff down the creek and clean it, like your shorts and that, put them by the fire, try and get your tent set up, mattress blown up, do what you need to do to your feet with your bloody oils or your powders or whatever.
Yeah, so like did you do any like things to your feet or anything when you got back to the campsite?
Yeah, I'd always put tea tree oil and then like this powder that I had on them to stop them from drying out or whatever. But
yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't much spare time. It was like straight into the food hall to eat. Usually you got your head torch on by then anyway.
Yeah.
Eat in the dark, and everyone's in bed by like 8,
Mm.
like 7:38 because you're up at 4 o'clock. So You need your 8 hours doing that.
Yeah, 100%. And you're so knackered, I
Yeah.
assume. So also too, like, you're doing Kokoda. What is the actual track like? Like, is there much room? Like, how wide is the track?
Oh, there's parts of it where it's like 2 foot, maybe.
Wide?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then there's sections where like, and what we were talking about on the track, like you're so focused on walking where your feet are landing, you don't actually look up or look around.
Mm,
But there was points where I'd look half a foot or a foot to my right hand side, and there's just like a 10-meter cliff. And like as the group would separate,
yeah.
like there was one guy from Adelaide who didn't have a porter, and he said at times like he would be just on his own and he'd be just walking on his own because people had gone ahead or he'd broken away from the people behind. He's like, if I go off the edge here, no one's going to ever find me. Like he would just go and no one would have saw it. We would have all got to the next meeting point and been like, where the fuck such and such?
Where's
Like
Greg?
it's a surprise that more of that shit doesn't happen. But there were times where you're just like, holy fuck, like.
Yeah. Is it a visible track? Like, you look down, you know it's a track.
Oh, some of it.
Yeah.
Some of it's not. There's like one part where we were going down like a waterfall thing, and it's like if you didn't know this was the track, you'd have no idea. Like you couldn't do it without a guide. Well, you can, but I just don't know how you'd know where to go.
Yeah.
Well, there's certain parts of it's just it's not really a track. It's just like a small opening.
Yeah. Is it one of the hardest things you've ever done?
Yeah, it probably is physically. Yeah, probably physically and mentally the toughest thing I've ever done.
Yeah, because it was
like,
just non-stop for 8 days.
How you feel afterwards, like I was that proud of myself, and I don't say that very often. I don't say it ever really, but like I was fucking on top of the world afterwards. Like it's such a good feeling afterwards to just to go and see it with your own eyes, like what actually happened there, and it just puts things into perspective a lot.
Well, as you were saying about the perspective of the actual, like, what they went through, like, fighting over there, you can imagine, like, I don't know what part, or do they give you history along the way of the walk?
Yeah,
track?
the guide does. The guide is really good with that sort of stuff. Like, he stops at certain points and tells you, this is what happened here, and you almost like envision it, like the story I just told you before about like there was a big shootout there at one spot, and this one Aussie soldier just says, "Give me morphine and the guns, and I'm going to shoot as many of these people as I can before they get to me." Like, and you just sort of standing right where that happened, like
to the last stand for that person.
Yeah,
like
that's where and there's little plaques representing what, and who, and
okay.
Yeah, so you just sort of see like this is where old mate sort of.
It is weird that it's just a tourist attraction now. You just like get down here and see where all this action happened.
Yeah,
but also too, it does. Obviously, Papua New Guinea were on our side. I'm pretty sure. So
they were,
bringing more tourism and money into the community and stuff must be pretty good as well.
And there's a lot of appreciation for like the fuzzy wuzzies they called them. It was the local Papua New Guineans that would help carry the injured Australian troops, back to safety and whatnot. Cause
crazy. Yeah, it's great that I mean, it's shitty that war happened in general, but it is good that they're sort of getting an opportunity to make some money, I guess.
Yeah, well, those villages they rely wholly and solely on that.
Yeah,
there'd be no money come through otherwise.
Was it you that was saying, and I can't remember, but was it you that was saying that along the track at one point there was like a lady just walking with a couple of slabs of Coca-Cola? Yeah.
Walking up those hills and shit, like with Coke and chips and what. It's just, it puts things into perspective. Like those people have nothing and are so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, over here, it's like we got everything, but some people walk outside and grizzle that the fucking sky is blue, like.
That's me. I'm like, get a cloud. Come on.
It's just, I don't know, man.
It's too sunny.
For me, it's just, it's just like you need to just be a bit more appreciative of how easy we've got it, really.
Oh, yeah, we've got it so easy. We're inside making a podcast. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty easy. So day 5, you're through. It's the hardest day. Day 6, how's that looking?
Geez, you know what? I wish I actually had taken like a journal and written down each day now, because it's hard to remember like I think day 6 was the day we got to like Ishirava, which was where the Japanese retreated. I believe that's as far as they got, or the other way around. I think it's as far as they got, and we sort of pushed them back. That was when they sort of threw up the white flag. But there's like a really nice memorial there. There's like granite rock that was flown in from Australia.
Oh, wow.
It's got 4 words written on each rock. I'd have to have a look, but it's like courage, sacrifice, maybe mateship and something else. But you get up in the morning there and you do this like a proper dawn service.
Yeah, okay.
I know the Anzac Day hike is meant to be like really popular for that because you do dawn service on Anzac Day there.
Yeah, wow.
But that trek was like thousands more dollars.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get up and you do a big dawn service, and I think the way we did it, because you'd learn all the history up to the day 6, you probably appreciated it a bit more. If you're coming the other way, you'd have that first, and then you don't really understand it all. But yeah, we actually did the dawn service in the rain that morning, pissing down rain. But
That a bugle?
yeah, obviously over a speaker.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was quite moving. That, and then
Yeah, because you just lived through it. Like,
Yeah.
that, like, you've gone through exactly. Like, and as you said earlier on the pod, that how hard it was. They didn't have a porter. They didn't have, they were carrying heavy shit and getting shot at.
it's actually like, it's hard to explain unless you're there how on earth they did it. Like I'm struggling to walk up with 6 kilo backpack. Like the steps were fucking huge.
Yeah.
And some of these guys doing it, like no shirt on, would have bet bullets getting shot at them, guns on the like.
Yeah, fuck.
And then to have to probably go back down to retreat, more bullets, go back up. Like it's just insane.
Yeah. And you get injured and sore, and you're probably not eating as well as you guys.
Yeah.
You're not sleeping.
Young blokes in their 20s.
Yeah. All right. So day 6, you've had the Anzac Day stuff. Day 7, you're getting close to the finish line now. You're like, we've practically made it.
Yeah, and that was good because we got into camp really early that afternoon.
Yeah.
And it was the first one where you could just like unpack your shit. You've got like 3-4 hours of daylight left. So we were like going over and chatting to the little kids and whatnot and taking photos and going to get a coconut and having like it was nice to be just out of relax because it was so
intense.
Like you're basically trained like a soldier. It's like up at 4, you have to be fucking ready to leave at 4:30.
Yep.
Like there's no fluffing around. Like it's like you're really on proper army time. Like bed at this time, up at this time, dinners at this time. Like if you're late, you miss out stiff shit. Like
oh really?
So
yeah, I mean
it was nice to just sort of that last day.
It is fair enough. So what are we up to? Day 7.
Yeah, day 7, and then we get up the last day, and it's like a short little 4K walk to the finish line, and you see the big Kokoda. I still remember seeing that.
Oh yeah, that's you got the photo of it, don't you?
Yeah, I sort of met at the end there. Yeah, a little video running through the banner at the Kokoda sign at the end, and
yeah,
and then you jump.
And you
in
sort of stand around and basket and take it all in.
Yeah, sort of high five everyone that you did it with. I mean, you get to know these people pretty well. Like it's funny how like they're strangers a week ago, and
now you just walking, going through Kokoda together. Yeah,
you go to this little old Papua New Guineans lady's house for breakfast, and then they basically put you on a plane and fly you back to Port Moresby.
Oh, it's a flight. Yeah, okay. So you get a flight back.
Straight back over where you just walk through, and you just look down, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, wow.
You just walk through all of that. Like,
that's cool. A lot quicker too. How long did it take to fly back?
25 minutes or something.
Wow, jeez. Yeah, it's crazy, eh? And then, so you go back to the hotel? Same hotel?
Back to the hotel. And by that point, I was like fanging for a beer because I hadn't really had a proper drink for a few weeks before Kokoda. So,
and you're celebrating that you just sort of...
Yeah, everyone's up and about. So we just sort of went down the bar. There might have been some NRL on or something, and we just sort of sat around there, and you get presented an award at the end. And
really? It's like a congratulations.
I think I left there anyway, but...
Don't want to get it mixed up with all your footy trophies.
Yeah. And then, feed and sort of say see to everyone. And I was on a flight real early out of there the next morning, so I didn't get to see anyone in the morning. But
oh, really? So the next morning you're gonzo?
Yeah.
Bang.
Yeah.
What's the flight from here to PNG?
Well, Brisbane was 5 hours, and then I think PNG was like 2 maybe from there.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So what happens, let's say you finish Kokoda, you're back, we're literally in your house now where you live. What's like you back for the first night, you just have a shower when you get home, a proper shower, I assume.
Oh, you could.
Sit
No,
out.
yeah, well, yeah. I had one at the hotel in Port Moresby. That was so good.
Yeah, okay.
I'll never forget that
about
shower.
Yeah. Yeah. Get away.
Even just being able to have a shave and shit. Like I'm pretty well maintained. So 8 days without having a shave really got to me. But
That would have been the longest you would have had yet.
it would have been, yeah.
Yeah, astute gentleman like yourself. All right, so you get home. You just get back here, you sit down, and you're like, fuck, I've just ticked off the last thing on my bucket list.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a very proud moment because, like we said, you know, I've sort of lived with that motto, just don't sit around. Everything I've wanted to go and do, I've gone and done. So I was quite stoked that I was able to knock that off within 10 years of first traveling. That was a bit of like why I did it when I did. I was just shy of my 10-year mark. And yeah, I think I got back here on a Tuesday and went to work Thursday. So it was all over pretty quickly. But
yeah, it's so weird that like you can be so keen to do something and then it's just done and you're like, well, back to real life.
Yeah, but the high I had after that was incredible.
Yeah. I'd imagine it would have been really nice being at the hotel and being around with everyone and being like, we did it.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully one day I'll cross paths with some of those blokes.
You got them on like Instagram
I
or
do,
something?
yeah. Yeah, so we'll see if ever in the towns or wherever they are that they're from, I'll reach it.
Before we go, like this is pretty much the end of the pod. Was there any injuries or anything? Did anyone slip over and hurt themselves or nothing?
No, we got through pretty good.
Yeah, just people were just knackered, I guess. But I'm pretty sure you said that some people weren't sleeping.
Yeah, a lot of the guys weren't. I mean, there was snoring going on and whatnot, but they were on the yoga mat. So I slept better there than I do at home.
I feel
just like I put earplugs in and I had that mattress and was out like a light.
I feel like though, like because you were so fit and you'd done so much training that you knew the next day that you were going to get through it. Whereas I feel like if it was someone like me, I'd be going like, oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? What have I done? Oh crap, it's 12 p.m. already. I got to sleep. I got to it's going to be well rested. Oh crap, it's 1. Oh crap, it's 2. Oh crap, it's 3. Finally not off. Like, True Blue comes on and then you're like, oh, yeah. Oh no.
Oh man, I feel like in the jungle, going to sleep to the sounds of like the bugs and the waterfalls, that shit puts you to sleep. It's like a beach or a crackling fire too, so.
Yeah, or my Arctic wind that I listen to every night. Okay, this is the end of the pod. No, hang on, before we go, what advice would you give someone that's going to do Kokoda Track in Papua New Guinea?
Yeah, okay, well, I've had a few people already ask. One is do the training. Don't care how fit you think you are. Like I was fit. Do the training because it will just pay off dividends because literally it's more mental. And then buy yourself a good pair of boots.
Yep.
Don't wear sneakers or cheap shit.
Yep.
Just like fork out the money and a good mattress.
Yep. Blow up mattress.
Blow up mattress. If you want, hit me up on socials. If you want to find out, I can give you the exact brand. It was a Cedar Summit from Paddy Palin, worth every cent.
Yep.
Rolls up to like the size of a Coke can.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ripper. Yeah. So those are probably the main three things I'd say.
Yep. And get some good socks while you're at it.
Get some good socks, good boots. Yep.
What's
and do it south to north. The trek. I just think that would be so much better that way.
Yep. What are your socials, mate? You get some people.
Instagram, Toddy Eldridge. Get amongst it.
Get in there. Get in there, folks. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. I haven't done an episode for ages, so that was nice to sit down with you. The reason that I'm back in WA is Todd is finally, after 7 years, 7 years today.
7 years today,
7
brother.
years, and he's heading back to Adelaide. So, new chapter in his life, and I thought that I would come and jerk off on his couch one last time. And yeah, next podcast will be while we're in Adelaide there.
It's the perfect time to drop Daft Punk one more time, wouldn't
it? All right. Thank you so much. for letting me in your house.
Nah, easy as, brother. Loved it. That was
And
good fun.
that's- Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for the lack of podcasts that have been coming out, but I hopefully will do more. Like I always say, if you're enjoying the podcast, please, tell people. If you don't enjoy it, shut the fuck up. Thank you so much.
See you in your bum cracks.
See you when you bum crack.